For 20 quid. Damn. Okay. Okay. I think I'll try and finally get. I might as well, since we tried to do. Oh, I can't. Can I not do it during the episode? I can't use episode selection. Can I not play this game? I can't do that. I need to go through here. Play British Turnabout. Okay, I'm gonna try and get I Hate Childhood Friends. Hate Childhood Friends achievement. Oh wait, no, I might as well do the Bridge to the Turnabout. I might as well get Bridge to the Turnabout walkthrough since I don't want to do shit. I don't want to, my brain is not braining right now, so I'm gonna skip a walkthrough, just trying to get me through this investigation. So yeah, this is a longest case, so we have to get through investigation 1-1. Yeah, we have to get through investigation 1-1. So yeah, then we have to actually go through all of investigation 1-2 again. So yeah. Yeah. You said you had a emulator. Can I skip this? I wanna skip this. Yeah, fair. That is so fair. Because they are like basically they're like pretty like staged with copyright and stuff, so yeah, I think. From what I remember anyways. So yeah, so yeah. Emulator and game control emulators, yeah. Okay, we can't use story mode, we can't use autoplay, we can't use episode selection, so I have to go through the entire first thing again, so yeah. Also cost me 20, you know that's 2.8, also cost me £20. 3 games, ooh, that's not bad then. That's not bad then if you got them on sale. Like obviously, once you like buy all the games, even on sale, like it's still gonna add up. It's like yeah, but like once you like, it's still gonna add up a bit. But it's like me playing Ace Attorney. Like I think the Apollo Justice Trilogy is the most expensive one at £40. To be fair, I got my dad to buy me the Apollo Justice Trilogy for my 19th. Yeah, he got it for me for my 19th birthday. And then I bought the other collections myself. I think. Let me check. I think this one, Phoenix Wright, was $29.99. Let me check the price. Oh, it's only 25 quid. I swear when I bought it, it was $29.99. But no, it's 24 quid. But it is 67% off if you want to buy it. 67% off in the UK. Okay. And then Apollo Justice is $39.98. Reduced down to $19.99. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles was £33, $32.98. And then Investigations was also $32.98. They've reduced the prices. Because I remember, I think that like in the Investigations duology was like 35, like $34.99. I remember Phoenix Wright Trilogy being $29.99, being like almost 30 quid. And then Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, I think that one might have gone up in price slightly, because I remember that being like £32, and now it's like $32.98. And then Apollo Justice Trilogy has stayed the same. So yeah. I so wish that we didn't have to replay this entire case to just get one achievement, but okay. I think I'll just get this achievement, and then I might get, I'm not sure whether to get the other two like off stream yet, so yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big news in terms of gaming. So, Super Dark Deception Chapter 2 releases next week. And then we've got a Sticky Business DLC releasing this year. We haven't got an official date for it yet. But yeah, it is coming out. We've got a new DLC coming out soon. So yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts Recon, Kingdom Hearts 2, 58, today's movies, Recoded, DDD, That's a lot of games. That is a lot of games. Jesus. And 2 of the games, you can't fucking play it anymore. What the fuck? I fucking hate abandonware. Like, it's kind of understandable if it's like a limited, if they're doing like a limited run. But like, the mobile games, okay. But still, I feel like, I still hate abandonware. Because it's like, because I understand it's expensive to keep servers up, but at the same time, it's expensive. It's kind of a bit expensive to keep up stuff on the App Store when, they're not, really being downloaded anymore. But like, it still sucks. So yeah, I do need to take a little bit of a break. Sorry, I do need to take a little bit of break. I know we're only like 20 minutes into stream. I do need to take a quick break to go to the bathroom. So yeah, I'll be a few minutes. Don't worry. A little bit longer than like a few minutes, but still. It was shut down anyways, so they pop up. Oh, it's shut down anyways. No competition in the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 to get to the top of the leaderboard, and I think Unchained X, Union Cross, and Duck roll together, and then you have to use username forever in memory as Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of the game. Oh, okay. At least it's like somewhat remembered, but yeah, abandonware just annoys me. Because it's like, it feels like, I don't know, like, I feel like if you're just gonna shut down a game, then like at least have it like somewhat like publicly preserved. Like give it to like the Internet Archives, or just like, I don't know, like do something with the files. Because if it's a real shame that like, once servers shut down and stuff, that it's like, it's just it's just not there anymore. So yeah. And also, speaking of Ace, I was like scrolling through Twitter a bit. I was scrolling through Twitter a bit. I was just scrolling through Twitter while I was on my little break, and there are rumors from a leaker. There are rumors that there's going to be another Ace Attorney game announced kind of soon-ish, or like there's a new Ace Attorney game that's in like development or something. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but also I am really hoping I'm not gonna get like my hopes up too much, because it's like we've been like the Ace Attorney. It feels like Ace Attorney, like us Ace Attorney fans have been waiting on another game for like ever. Like the last game was the last game technically was the Ace Attorney Chronicles, because that was like the English translation of both games. Now it's 2021, but like in terms of a new game, like an actual proper new game, it's been a while. So yeah, I'm currently hoping for either a Steam port of Layton versus Wright or Ace Attorney 7. Hopefully, what I really want is either an investigation style game with like Eugene and Herlock Sholmes, Eugene McGitober and Herlock Sholmes, or which probably won't happen because it's like a spin-off of a spin-off, But that or probably Athena Sykes Ace Attorney. I'm betting on that. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, we need to go back here and then go to yeah. I want mainline Ace Attorney with investigation style and chronicle style UI. That would be so good, actually. That would be so good. I would love another investigation style game. Because honestly, I feel like that is like such a good Ace Attorney like game, kind of. Like you get to kind of like roam around in like a environment, and actually like it feels like you're properly investigating stuff while still keeping that like initial like style of a visual novel. So yeah, I would so love that. Or yeah, I'd so love that. I'd love the investigation sections. Yeah, if they played more like investigations, yeah, same. I would so love that. I would also so love that if they also played more like investigations. I actually kind of want more of like the, you know, like how Emma has like, you know, the like fingerprint dusting and stuff. I want more of those like little like kind of mini games, because those are like so fun. And like Ace Attorney, like I wouldn't necessarily like want this. I wouldn't necessarily want this from any other type of visual novel, but with Ace Attorney, it's like they've introduced these concepts. Now I want more of them. So yeah, I love the dusting and stuff. Same, I love it. They need to add at least 3 in every case. That's my opinion. Yeah, 3 in every case that has like an investigations like section, because you know there's some cases that like work really well as like just the trial sections, such as, you know, beginnings and memories. But yeah, they need more of the dusting and stuff. And if they ever wanted to do a full overhaul of the like Phoenix Wright trilogy, I would love more of that, because they introduced the like dusting and stuff in Rise from the Ashes, but then they kind of discarded it at that for Justice for All. I get it, like kind of Rise from the Ashes was like tagged on later on. When it, you know, it was like still still tagged on later on, when I think it was when Ace Attorney moved over from GBA to the DS, right? But like I would still love like if more of that, like if they ever do like another like remaster of these games like that, you know, how they've done with these, I would love the more of those mini games like sprinkled throughout. Can I just mention the blue badger paw? Okay, that's the word. That's the exception. That's the exception. That one was so fucking shit. Okay, that's the exception. That is the fucking exception, because that one was just the fucking worst. Literally, it had to be pixel perfect for like no reason. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck was that about? Like, I remember when I played Rise from the Ashes, I literally had to look up the guide and be like, and had to look at how to do it perfectly, because I couldn't figure it out. Give us leniency, exactly. Like, it was so fucking stupid. It was just so fucking stupid for like no fucking reason. So yeah, it was just so fucking stupid. Yeah, that was the worst puzzle in the game, and I'm glad that they've never really given us another thing like that. Like, they gave us kind of like, they still gave us like 3D rotation. They gave us 3D rotation in Great Ace Attorney, right? Like 3D rotation of the like stuff, but like I'm so glad they did not include that like mini game anywhere else in the series, because that is so fucking shit. So yeah, and I feel like Rise from the Ashes, I've said this before, but I feel like Rise from the Ashes should have been tagged on to the end of Trials and Tribulations rather than the end of the first game, because it felt like like obviously they didn't really like plan on, you know, I know they didn't really plan on like actually making Apollo Justice. Like it was, that was like the Apollo Justice like games were more like Apollo Justice. Well, like basically it was just like, oh, Capcom wanted more Ace Attorney games because of how popular they were. But like they didn't initially plan for Apollo Justice, so I understand why it wasn't like, I understand why they didn't just place it anywhere, but I feel like it should have still, like, even logically, it should have just stayed at the end of Trials and Tribulations, because then it's like, oh, it's like an extra little thing, you know, it's like, after, like, all of Phoenix's developments and stuff, he gets another case where, you know, he can just go around and stuff, and then, like, you know, in hindsight, I felt like it should have been, Rise and Ashes should have been used as like a transitionary case from, you know, from Phoenix Wright Trilogy to Apollo Justice. Yeah, I feel like we should have kept the 2D graphics. Only really works for me instead of Great Ace Attorney. Great Ace Attorney was good. Great Ace Attorney had good graphics. I think though, for me at least, like, I think that when they transition, a lot of the characters that like were originally 2D, like did not look that great in 3D. I think Maya worked okay and like a few other characters, but like most of the characters. And thank you, Roxas the Oathkeeper, for the follow. Welcome on in, welcome on in. But yeah, I feel like they should have. I feel like with a lot of the characters transitioning from like 2D to 3D did not go well. Like Maya worked well. But like for most characters, and for Phoenix's like, and for Phoenix's like modern suit, Phoenix. Did I see Roxas? Yes. Hello, welcome on in. How you doing? We're just yapping about Ace Attorney while doing some achievement hunting. But yeah, I feel like with a lot of like I was saying, with a lot of the Ace Attorney characters that transition from 2D to 3D, I don't think they worked well at all. Like the only ones I could think of that like worked decently would be like Phoenix, but only in his newest suit. Not in his like old Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney suit. And then Maya as well. Like all the other characters I think worked way better in 2D as well. Achievement hunting, let's play. Yes, I love achievement hunting. I feels like I'm constantly achievement hunting around here. So yeah. But then I feel like with a lot of like the characters that originally debuted in 3D, such as Simon, Naruto has a cool design. Even though I don't like the character, he does have a cool design. I feel like with a lot of like the even Athena, Simon, Blackwell, stuff like that. I feel like those characters work well in 3D. But like the transition from 2D to 3D didn't really do that well. So yeah. I feel like, I don't know, because I don't know how they would, I can't think of how like the 2D characters would look in 2D. Like I can kind of like imagine it because of their profiles in the game, but I can't imagine it just based on like the art styles in like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and stuff. So yeah, thank you for the look. But yeah, I can't think of like what the 3D characters would look in 2D. See, I'm sure someone has probably made them in 2D. So yeah. But I feel like a lot of the characters that like transition from 2D to 3D, like I feel like Emma, Maya, and Phoenix like worked well in 3D. But like I feel like a lot of the other characters just look off-putting. Because I feel like their like initial design obviously didn't account for like a full 3D model. So yeah. If anyone should have come to 3D, it should have been Francisca. I would have loved for Francisca to return. honestly, but I don't know where she would have returned. Like, what case? Maybe she could have come in. I was gonna say maybe Turnabout Academy, but I don't think she went to. She wouldn't have gone to Themis. She wouldn't have gone to Themis Academy because she studied in Germany. From Maya Bishop, real. I'm trying to actually, fun fact, I'm trying to get Fran and Maya together on my Tomodachi Life island. They're just friends, I think, or like acquaintances. I think they're friends. I don't remember. So yeah. Ray and Susato works too as a replacement. Yeah, kind of, but they don't really have that like same dynamic that Maya and Francisca do. So yeah. Ray is just like that oblivious like Ray is like an oblivious closeted gay, because it's like she's only really showing to have a crush on Susato when she's like pretending to be a Ryutaro. But yeah, then like for Fran and Maya, I feel like that's kind of like, I feel like Maya kind of sympathizes with Francisca a lot because like, oh, they're the same age, but Francisca has Francisca has a lot of pressure on her, and like Maya kind of understands that for being, you know, the kind of oldest member. I feel like she kind of understands this later in the game rather than in Reunion, because in Reunion Morgan is still around, right? Morgan hasn't been arrested yet, but later in the game I feel like Maya would understand. Maya would understand like having like a lot of pressure on her, because Maya then became like kind of like the head of Karine. So yeah, Maya was definitely jealous of Adrian when Francisca took it to 101. Maybe. Right, that saved it. Yeah. I love Adrian though. Adrian and Fran. Wait. I was gonna say, is that like a weird age gap? I was gonna say, oh, is Adrian and Francisca like a good ship? But I'm trying to think, how old is Adrian? Because like when they meet, Francisca's 18. Never mind, Fran Maya. Let's just go with Fran Maya. Okay. I kind of know where to go with this. I'm just gonna still have the walkthrough up so I can remember what I need to do and like where I need to print certain stuff there. So yeah. But yeah, I do love Adrian Andrews. So yeah, I did make Celeste on my. I did make Celeste impacts on my island as well, because I'm going by the games canon, right? I'm going by game canon rather than anime canon. So I like Adrian and Celeste, just definitely something going on between those two, right? So yeah, I feel like Ace Attorney is just like Ace Attorney is just like a game where it's just like, oh yeah, everyone's definitely gay. They're just not explicitly saying it. Think of Exhibit A, Lana and Mia. Exhibit B, Phoenix and Miles. Oh, she was 20. Okay, that's not. And Farewell? That's not that bad. Okay. That's an alright ship. I feel like it's. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, because Francisco would have been 18 then? Yeah, 18, I think. So, yeah. So that's not too bad, I think. So, yeah. With Ace Attorney though, it's like, I feel like with Ace Attorney, it's like, I feel like we've got to have like a canonically gay character soon, like explicitly canonical, right? Cause like we got a fucking Larry who's like canonically straight, like literally in which one was it? It was a Stolen Turnabout, I think. Everyone is either homosexual or dead, except for Larry. He's just canonically straight. Like literally, I remember him saying, I think he was in the Stolen Turnabout. He said, "Oh, I've tried liking guys, man, but I just can't. I only like women. I'm sorry." He said something along those lines. Yeah, he said something along those lines, which I just find hilarious. Yeah, I just find that absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I think that's like Ace Attorney's only like straight character. Only canonically straight character, so yeah. I guess when something spells out is yeah. When something spells, it's always the buzz. And Larry smells like a straight white male. Okay. I'm just basically I'm just tapping for all this dialogue at this point. Okay. Hopefully we actually get the achievement at this point. So at this try. Third time's the charm, I guess. So yeah. I so wish though that we could use episode selection to achievement hunt, because I feel like that's what like oh my god, I was muted. I don't know why, but I also like Godot X missed it. I can kind of see it. I guess. I can kind of see it. And yeah, welcome in the fabled Frogget. Welcome on in. How you doing? Welcome on in. Today we're just doing a bit of achievement hunting. I've got 3 more achievements to get in Ace Attorney. So yeah, good. Hello. Welcome on in. How you doing? Yeah, we're just doing a bit of achievement hunting today. So yeah. I just genuinely forgot that like one of the nuns is called Bikini. What a wild name. Pretty well, I'm glad you're doing well. I've gotta say, I love the fucking repo badge you have on. I love that fucking not repo. Peak. Why did I say that was repo? That's peak. I love the peak badge. Yeah. Yeah, I love the peak badge. Yeah, Bing Bong is amazing. Yeah. I remember ages ago, I just had my TikTok For You page was just filled of streamers having, you know, when for like the first like few months of the game, the devs would just like voice in and pretend to be Bing Bong and like just talk. I would just get those kind of I would just get those clips. That was amazing. Yeah. Some of my favorite clips today are just Bing Bong. People being like freaked out over Bing Bong. I love Bing Bong. So yeah. Okay, I need to now go to the main gate and then talk to Larry, show him the attorney's badge. So yeah. I just went to go talk to my girlfriend and I love her and she's beautiful. I called her you called her Kingdom Hearts 2? Nature, what the fuck? I love seeing people panic and get gaslit by real. I don't think I watched anyone's like full VODs or streams or whatever of them actually getting getting the devs in, but I did see clips of it, and yeah, they're just so fucking hilarious. They're just great. They're just fucking great. I just enjoy peak clips. Recently, I've been getting peak clips. Oh, it's like this it's like these two parents and their kid and they're showing her and then they're playing peak with her and it's just so cute and so funny. I'm very big on oh, you shouldn't I feel like I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I'm like very big on like, oh, you probably shouldn't have your kids like online, like creating content of them is like a bit exploitative, but at the same time, the peak clips of that like one family like playing peak with their daughter is like so fucking cute. So yeah. Yeah. You definitely shouldn't have your kids on games like Call of Duty. Yes. Okay. So one of my assignments for cyber psychology was I did it on video game violence. Not even because of gaming, because of people in chat. Yeah, exactly. Like I literally did it. I did my assignment on video games and violence, and kind of one of the points I was talking about, kind of like I kind of did a section that's like, oh, factors that are involved in this relationship, because I feel like a lot of people kind of like oh, video games cause violence, and it's just like, well, there's other factors involved, you know, like for example, like parents don't supervise their kids. Like for example, like from all the research I found, it's like, well, violent video game. There's a quite a bit of research finding. Like, there's like some research that finds violent video games and competitive video games cause violence. Though I didn't look into competitive video games a lot, but with violent video games, the research is kind of mixed. But even then, there's still most of the research saying video games cause violence. It's like, oh, it's violent video games cause violence. You know, games like GTA and stuff like that. And like a lot of the other research I found on like this relationship found that like pro-social video games, so like Animal Crossing and stuff like that, like those kind of games like can actually be like beneficial and improving like empathy and stuff. So yeah, I was scrolling TikTok earlier and I saw this person stopping someone from committing an illegal act of talking to a minor, and then the creator got called a bad word about the creator got called a pedo for stopping someone from being a pedo. What? I don't know if I'm allowed to say those words on Twitch. I don't know either. But like, if I get banned for saying pedo, like that, I feel like the reason I'm calling it pedo, that is kind of a reason why I'm saying pedo instead of like the full word. But I assume you can. But also, I feel like I've said like. I feel like I've talked about worse on Twitch. So yeah. But I feel like I've said much worse. I've talked about political shit on here, and like the shit I've said about like politics and stuff is like, I feel like if that's not enough to take me down, then pedo isn't enough to take me down. But yeah. Let's see. Oh well, that's shut up, Automod. I was watching someone stop grooming a child, but they got called a pedo instead for defending the child, that is so fucking stupid. Like, huh? What's your fucking, yeah, there's a reason, like, I feel like, you know what was the reason? Oh yeah, so, okay, the reason I found was kind of like, oh, when parents don't supervise their kids, they're more likely to play games that are, you know, not meant for them. That games that are like rated mature, right, and like stuff like that. And I did find like one piece of research that says that, like, you know, if you kind of like monitor your kids, one piece of research I did find was like, if you monitor your kid, some parents that monitored their kids like gaming and stuff, and like actually looked at the age range and stuff, then the kids were more likely to like sneak behind their backs and like play the games anyways. But like, I think most of the research was just like, oh, you should monitor what your kids play, you know. So yeah, because the creator tried to stop the groomer from adding the child to friends list. Why are people so pissed at like not wanting adults to be like friends with kids? That's just stupid. Like, like online. That's just stupid. But then there's like a lot of other factors that are involved in that relationship of like video games and violence. Like for example, I also found another thing. I found a model called the Integrative Motivational Model of Violent Video Games, and it was like, oh well, actually, there's a lot of factors that like underlie violent video gameplay rather than, like, for example, I think it was found that like aggression was like underlying violent video gameplay. So yeah. I don't have a problem with adults being friends with kids, but the kid was so obviously being good. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, there's like a difference between like, there's obviously a difference between like, you know, like someone just like playing like a game, playing like on Minecraft with kids or whatever. But like also there's a difference, yeah, like I said, there's a difference between people just playing on like Minecraft with kids and then someone obviously like grooming kids. So yeah, I feel like online moderation isn't really that great. So I feel like, yeah, you gotta supervise your fucking kids when they play games. So like supervise your fucking kids, man. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Like that is such like a, I know, yeah, the ad is starting in like 2 minutes. By the way, I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe or anything because then that would feel weird during this conversation. But but like that's why I have kids. I'm gonna, yeah, get them on single player. Yeah, get them to play single player, and then as they get older, then like, you know, like when they get older, they can like, you know, access online. You know, I feel like once they get to like high school, I feel like, you know, allow them to like make Minecraft worlds with their friends and stuff. Kingdom Hearts ASAP, yeah. But like then, like, you know, as they get a bit older, you know, once they get to like, you know, like later teens, then they can, you know, be online a lot more, like online game and stuff. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of people just don't monitor what their kids are doing online. Based on how I was raised, that's so fair. But I feel like a lot of people just don't like monitor their kids. Like I literally, like as I was like looking through the research for my assignment, it was like, well, I was like, some of the research I found was like, well, parents don't know much about like the age rating system. Like a lot of parents don't know that, like, for example, like the age rating system is all like, for example, ESRB, PEGI. I also have like the numbers. So for example, over here we have PEGI, which is like numbers rather than like the letters, like M for mature or anything. If they're mature enough, I'll check out the game first and then decide. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, I feel like, like I was looking for it. It was like, oh, the parents didn't know, like, oh, I was going to the wrong place. But a lot of the parents that I like in research I found were like, oh, they don't know that it's like age range. Like for example, it will say like 16 plus, and then they'll have like other content warnings. So for example, it'll say like, oh, this includes violence and stuff. I also find like, it was like, well. And also, I think I said like the age rating systems are also not really enough, and like the parents don't really like look beyond the age rating systems. But yeah, the parents don't really look beyond the age rating systems. I'll pause it there. I'll pause the conversation there while the ad is in progress. So yeah. Okay, present the Magatama. But yeah, just yeah, just I have quite a bit to ramble about on like the video games and violence kind of debate and stuff like that. So yeah, Let me see, do I still have Word downloaded on my phone, like OneDrive or something? Cause oh shit. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so what I was saying is basically, now where was I? Yeah, I was saying about how a lot of parents don't look beyond like the initial age rating. You know, they'll see something rated M for mature and then they don't look beyond that. Or, you know, they'll see something that's rated like 3+ and then they won't see beyond that. They won't see what else is like, what are the content warnings, you know, whether it includes like violence or whatever. You know, the little, I don't know if this is a thing. I'll bring it up. Let me see. Let me show you. Let me show you the Peggy website just to show you what I mean. Because I know in the US they use ESRB, but for example, like we've got COD here, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is what I mean by the content warnings, by the way: violence, bad language, in-game purchases. That's what I mean. Like the parents will only look at the 18 sticker. They won't look at see what else is in it. Or they'll look at like Astrobot and be like, oh, it's a 7, it's fine for a kid. But they won't look at like violence and like the like fair one. They won't look at they won't look into the game. You know, they won't really like actually look into like the game and stuff. They'll just look at that. So yeah. If my child wants to get into Persona at like 13, I know it's rated 16, the modern entries, but I will let them because I know what those games have like. I've played them. Yeah, like the age rate systems are not always accurate, and like they're not always accurate, and I feel like, for example, like Dual Destinies on its own is rated 16, while the rest of the series, the Ace Attorney series, like is it rated 12. Now I know like the Apollo Justice collection, welcome back Mead, by the way. I know the Apollo Justice collection is rated I know the Apollo Justice collection is rated 12, but like originally Dual Destinies was rated 16. Some parents might just say, oh, that's a 16, you can't play a series anymore, even though they're like 13-year-old might have played all the other games. Just because I think it's just because of Athena's flashbacks. Like I feel like you gotta look into the game. You gotta look into the game and look into the content surrounding the game to see if it's appropriate for your child, you know? So yeah. Granted, Athena's flashback in Dual Destinies, Athena's flashbacks in Dual Destinies are quite like, I like the most gruesome part of Ace Attorney. I thought Kingdom Hearts was for kids at first, but like it's probably for like a much older audience. So yeah, but like I feel like the age ratings aren't really accurate. So yeah, the age ratings aren't always accurate. I was not prepared for the absolute emotions drama I would receive, and we finally got the achievement. Finally, okay. Title screen. I'll have a look in the. Let's have a ramble.